I will kick it off. She said, you want to kick it off? I'll kick it off. Okay, I just want to talk about, for one thing, I want to talk about the harms. As I said, I worked with literally thousands of women over the last 30 years that have wanted to get out of the life of prostitution. And I always ask them, because at the agency that I founded, I would always say, it doesn't matter to me. If she says she wants to stay in it, still let her come. Let her come to group. And my hopes is that maybe she'll hear something or she'll learn something, because I really believe that women do not deserve, is what I'm gonna say, to be bought and sold. That there has to be options. And if there aren't, we have to create options for women so that they don't have to become bought or be bought and sold. But what I know is that within the last 30 years, and the women that we have worked with, that I have worked with, is that, and from myself, I got involved in prostitution by way of the stripping industry, is that the inherent harm of prostitution is the sex act within itself. And I don't have to break that down. I always tell people, you know, it's not like having a sexual relationship with the person you love. When you start seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I could go on, guys a day, that's not like being with the person that you want to be with. It's a whole different ballgame. So that is the inherent harm. And when I talk to women who have came to our agency that said they liked it, they wanted to stay in it, that it was a good thing, I don't argue with them, because I believed that too at one time. This is my choice. I choose this freely. At least that's what I believed. It was the only choice I thought I had too. So if it's the only choice I thought I had, well, that's just something within itself. But I know that when I went home at night and I looked in my mirror, I felt a whole other way about what I was doing. See, nobody else was around me. And I didn't tell anybody how I felt, because that would make me lose customers. But when I got at home, I had a lot of conversations with myself in the mirror. Why are you doing this? How do you feel? Look at what's happening to you. I went through this conversation on a daily basis. And when I talk to women, and they talk about the things that have happened to them, the inherent harm in itself is a sex act. The things that you're told to do, the things that you're expected to do, it begins with that. It really does begin with that. And we don't hear that a lot. We hear about beat up, pimps, hurting women, killing women, and that's all bad. But the harm that you can't get away from is what you're supposed to do in prostitution, and that is turn a trick over and over and over every day. Which just takes me into just another group that I did with girls at Breaking Free when I was there. And these were, I don't know, probably between 23 and 33 years old. And we were talking about prostitution. And I asked them how they felt about it. Well, what do you really think about it? I mean, how was it when you were in that life? And, oh, they were glamorizing it, oh, I like cars. I like the fancy clothes, the money, I like this and that. And you have to keep it real. I said at first that this is, the inherent harm of it is a sex act. So I had to keep that hard with it, because I knew that they were trying to make it something that it wasn't. I said, I want you to tell me about how you felt when you got down on your knees. And he said, open your mouth. See, this is how real. And then after he did it, another person came and wanted to do it. Told you to turn over on your stomach. And they started thinking about it, well, we can't think about that. Why? How can you not? That's what your life is all about. That's what you do. And I said, would it be all right if your daughter, because a lot of them had kids and many of them had daughters, would it be all right if your little girl grew up and said, I want to do this? And then they start crying. And they start saying things like, no, my little girl won't ever do this. Well, how are you going to prevent it? What are you going to do to prevent it? Because that's all she sees you doing. But it's just something, because all of this, I think the whole industry, prostitution, the media, when I got involved, it was a newspaper. We didn't have social media at that time, So the newspaper was talking big about it, So, but right now it's so easy for anybody to get in. Just tap a button on the internet. you know, and you're in.